Hi, welcome to a new video. How are you doing? We are doing the second half of Spookoplathon today. If you don't know anything, Spookoplathon is a month-long readathon hosted by Becca in the Books. It has some Halloween theme to it. I'll leave her channel linked down below so you can go check out all the information about the readathon that you'll ever need. But I also already vlogged the first half of a month, so just to keep the vlogs from being too long, So I split the vlogs up in two, and from October 1st to October 15th are in that vlog, which I'll also leave link down below so you can go check out my progress on the readathon so far. Now it's October 16th and we're gonna keep reading. So in the last vlog I read 3 books for the readathon, and yeah, I finished the 3rd book and I have already walled, so you'll see that now. And yeah, I landed on the candy corn prompt, but basically you have to read a sweet book. And I honestly was kind of debating on what to read. Like, what I really wanted to read was Forget Me Not by Alison Derrick, which I have from the library right now, but I feel like that book is just gonna be really sad. I don't think that's gonna fit the vibe that the candy corn prompt is looking for, so I instead decided to go with What Happens in London by J.A. Quinn. This is the second in the Bevel Stokes series, and the last book of the series is on my top of TBR list because I made a mistake and I don't want to rectify it, so I need to read this entire series to be able to complete that list. So of course making progress in it is always a good deal, and I've also been in an historical mood lately, so I think it's gonna be fun. It's historical romance. I didn't really like the first book in the series, but I am hoping to enjoy this one way more. Hi, welcome to another vlog update. I'm full wheezing. All of a sudden it just got like very cold here, so fun times. Anyway, I thought I'd give you an update. Yesterday I read like 80 pages of What Happens in London by J.A. Quinn, and then today I went to the library and we had some guests come over, so I haven't read a whole lot yet, but I did read a little. On page 110 now, so I have like 30 pages. Not a whole lot, but still. But like I said, I went to the library, so I thought I'd just give you a quick overview of what I got because they might show up in this vlog for reading. First we have A Night Like This by Julia Quinn. We have The Villa by Wood Kelly. Then we have Ever After Always by Chloe Elise. We have Meet You at the Lake by Carly Fortune. Misfit by Al Kennedy. The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. And Need to Stop It by Camille, which is a comic book. I kind of want to read this right now, but also I don't have really any books for the Black Cat prompt that comes up, so I'm keeping this for that. And then I also went to the bookstore because I still haven't picked up The Chalice of Gods yet, but Becca wanted a new Percy Jackson book, so I wanted to go to the bookstore to see if they had it in. They didn't. I ordered it online though, so that should be coming in this week. But they did have 19 Steps by Millie Bobby Brown, which I completely forgot and also came out, and I'm really curious to read this. Look at these pretty edges. It's the Dutch edition. Gorgeous. That's a new book haul. And yeah, now Becca is doing reading sprints, so I am going to be reading this book and joining along and hopefully making quite a bit of progress through this. Hi. This pillow was just a position perfect right now. I'm sorry. Hi, how you doing? I finished with the reading sprints with Becca, and how many pages did I have left for this book? Like 30 pages, which was also the case with the Turn Over the Key last vlog. But I had 30 pages left of this book when the sprints were finished, so I just wrapped it up. And yeah, I think I'm gonna give this a 3-star. I did enjoy my time reading it, but I didn't love it. I think my main complaint with this book is that I just think the romance of it was just extremely underdeveloped, because even though I liked our 2 characters and I liked their personal journeys throughout the book, and I thought they were a cute match and they had some cute moments, I just think they went from all to nothing really quickly, or from nothing to all. That's how it goes. Wow, from 0 to 100 like really quickly, and I had questions. Just because it went so quickly, and there is some like political intrigue kind of situation as well happening in this book, and I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, but not interesting enough for me to like be super invested in it because it is also just like a very small part of it. So yeah, then I rolled again. So let's go. Yeah, I landed on Jigsaw. And for Jigsaw, I need to read a book with like a competition, game, like trials kind of situation in it. I had a thought for this because I can immediately think of a book that I have not read yet that has like trials or like a game in it. And I remember I had this book from the library today. It's called The Villa by Kelly. And basically, it's a thriller taken. Basically, like these, what is it? 10 contestants were invited to like this island. And I thought at first, because this is how this was originally pitched to me, is kind of Love Island but with murder. So I thought it was gonna be a dating show. But turns out they actually are invited to this private island and they are to enter this competition for a prize, for money prize. For money to be as like the prize, and then slowly as the days pass by, different contestants end up dead. So yeah, I've heard some mixed things about this book, so I don't know if I'll actually like it, but the concept of it just sounds really intriguing. So I decided to pick it up, especially because I am kind of like in a mystery thriller mood, but I only have romances on the library besides this one. Hi, I'm here on October 20th with kind of a non-update, but it's still an update because I'm still reading the villa. I started it when I last updated you, got like 50 pages in and went to bed, and yesterday I got up to page 100, and then this morning I read a little, and today I'm busy filming, editing, and everything. I'm kind of reading this in between stuff, so like when things are uploading and exporting, and currently I'm already on page 164. So I'm making good progress with this so far today, and I'm hoping that in between all of the work that I have to do, I'll be able to finish it. I do have to make a correction from kind of like the synopsis I gave you at the start of this, of like reading this book. They don't end up dead by one. Like one person has ended up dead, and we kind of follow two timelines. One kind of like current day, following the producer who's being like and was being questioned by the police because one of the contestants ended up dead, and then the other one is like a week ago and follows basically the whole contest through like one contestant's eyes, and I think she's the one that ends up dead, but we have no like official confirmation yet. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm not like in love with it, but like I am intrigued, and like just something like it kind of like a twist just happened like within like the reality show. Like it's not like a big twist for like the mystery. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with this book. And then I told you when I hauled 19 steps earlier that I ordered Percy Jackson, and that came in yesterday, The Shadows of Gods. Look at this, beautiful, isn't it? I love this spine. I also needed to add on another book for free shipping, so I got the Ruby Circle by Shelmy. This is the final book in the Bloodline series, and it's also the only one in the series I don't own yet, so I thought I'd give it a purchase. Hi, I thought I'd updated you, but I didn't. So I'm sorry for going radio silent for a couple of days. It wasn't my intention. But on Friday I did finish The Villa by with Kelly, and I ended up giving this 2 stars. Very disappointingly. I just, first of all, I thought this book just took a bit too long to set up, in my opinion, and just made like the first part of this book boring. And then I was fine throughout most of it. I just thought like the reveals at the end were like really stupid. Like honestly, the most stupid things you could come up with were actually the reveals in this one. And it just really hindered my enjoyment of it, because I do feel like before that this book was like a solid 3 stars, like nothing super special, but also like nothing bad. Like those reveals definitely dragged it down. But I did immediately roll for the next prompt. And yeah, I landed on Go, which is to randomize your TBR, and just to make it myself easier, I went with my TBR wheel again, so I'll just insert that here. Okay, let's spin and hope for the best, because I really need a good work right now. What is this doing? Oh, yes! So excited for this one. And yeah, I Was Born for This. I came out of that by Alice Oseman. This is another book of my top top of the BR list for this year. So books that I desperately wanted to get to this year, and this is definitely one that I've been beating myself up for not having gotten around to yet. So I was very excited when that came up on the wheel. I think on Saturday, because Friday was pretty late when I finished the villa. On Saturday, I read the first section of this because it's split up into sections. So I ended up reading like a little under 50 pages of this book. And then on Sunday, I didn't read anything at all. And then today, which is Monday, we are I say the date typically, it's October 23rd. And I read more of it today. I'm on page 178 and I'm not done reading. I'm hoping to get much more of this by today. Maybe, hopefully, potentially finish it because I've been reading this relatively quickly. But I think it is a bit of an unrealistic goal because I think I'm around the halfway mark, a little bit under it. So I also have been annotating this one. There's the tabs, you can't really see them in the light and shit. And I am not particularly liking this book. There are moments in here where I'm like, oh, that's something good. And I think when it comes to the personal development of some of these characters, I do think some interesting things are being set there. But it's whole kind of like narrative set around fan culture and celebrities, which are typically things I love in books. I just despise in this one. I don't think it's done well. I feel like people just don't have common sense, and the representation of fandom in here is really just like the worst of the worst, and it's being played off as just like normal fans just because they aren't stalkers, but like they're pretty damn close. So we'll see how this book pans out. I'm not hoping for the best because this has been definitely the Alice one that I've heard the most negative things about. It isn't Solitaire, but I feel like with Solitaire, like Tori is an incredibly difficult character to be in the head of, and here you relate to her or you don't. And I feel like that's where a lot of the like and dislike comes from this book. Well, for this book, I have mainly seen dislike for this book, to be completely honest. Hi, so I finished I Was Born for this. I did it. I genuinely didn't think I could finish it tonight, but I did. Also, excuse me for this angle. I wanted to do something different and it looks like shit. I apologize. But I Was Born for this. My thoughts on it just like didn't really change. Like the whole message of this book ended up being people are human and not one-dimensional creatures. That's it. That's the whole message of this book. And I was like, yeah, duh. And just despite that, I feel like it never got away from this toxic fandom mindset, which I think was also really annoying. And I didn't like the characters, and especially one side characters I just despise so much. I thought he was such a dickwad and just like no repercussions to his actions at all. Nobody even calls him out. And it's so fucking annoying. And I feel like it also just didn't really give a satisfying conclusion to the personal journeys that characters went through, which again is because the whole message of this book is people are humans and not one-dimensional creatures, which is like, yeah, duh, that's not gonna solve your issues to see people as humans, you know. But yeah, there's that. I rolled again. I'm very excited about this one. So I landed on purple, which means a purple cover. And at first I was like, damn, what do I read for this? And then I just looked at the book card, which you can't see right now, but it's behind me. And amongst my books from the library, this immediately popped out to me because this is very purple. It's Ever After Always by Chloe Lees. This is the third book in the Bergman Brothers series, and it's a marriage and trouble romance, which I'm very excited to read. Hi, it is Thursday, 26th of October. It just passed 10 p.m. and I'm here with an update because I haven't given you an update in a couple of days. To be fair, there's not been much to update you on. But on Monday, after I update you, I did start Ever After Always. I always get these words mixed up. And I got 100 pages in, and I'm really enjoying this book. Like, I inhale read those 100 pages, and I had to force myself to put it down because I did need to go to sleep. It's just that these past couple of days I've been procrastinating on literally everything. Like, I've done nothing productive. And I had so many plans for this week, which means a lot of them are falling together tomorrow. So I have like 3 videos to film tomorrow, one of which also has to go up tomorrow, and then the other I would also like to get finished tomorrow because it has to go up on Sunday. And I want to kind of dedicate my weekend to reading, so if I spend Friday just getting those videos out of the way, I don't have to do that during the weekend. So it is almost 12 p.m. now, and I read the 100 pages of Ever After Always like I wanted to. So I'm on page 200 now, which means I have 160 pages to read tomorrow, which I think is actually doable. So let's hope for the best. Hi, it's Friday. It's almost 6 p.m. and I just finished uploading my first video out of 3. And of course, because that video needed to be up today, I filmed, edited, and uploaded that immediately after each other. It's almost 6 p.m. and I still have 2 videos to film. God, this is never gonna work. I did read a little though while that was uploading, so I read 26 pages of this. But I'm gonna read now until 6 p.m. because that's when my mom goes home and we're gonna have dinner straight after. So I don't have enough time to actually do any of those videos right now. Hi, so it is the evening. I didn't end up filming the other 2 videos I needed to today just because I didn't really feel like it because it was already late and stuff. So that will be for tomorrow, which is fine. Honestly, I can deal with that. So I did end up finishing Ever After Always. I'm giving this a 3-star. Which just means I'm not having luck with my star ratings this Spookoplathon. But I did like this significantly more than the second book in the series, which is the only other one I've read. I do think Aiden and Freya, I like them as a couple and I like their development a lot throughout this book. It's just that I wasn't the biggest fan of Aiden and I feel like he should have gotten a little bit more work done throughout the book. And for the rest, I don't know, I didn't feel it. Even though I liked him as a couple, I just wasn't like super invested in their relationship. The only scenes that I was like really invested in were the ones where the whole family is together. But finishing this book meant I had to roll again. Like, I have very specific books I want to read right now and none of them fit the stabby category. I apologize, but this is a book that I want to read this month, and I feel like if I'm not reading it this month, I'm probably not gonna read it this year. And considering it's one of my top of TBR reads, I probably should. And it's Nothing More to Tell by Becca and McManus. This is their last standalone trailer because since this came out a couple of months ago, the last book in the One vs. Lion series came out, but this is like technically the last standalone that she has published. It is a YA mystery thriller. I am very excited about this because I do like Karen M. McManus's mysteries. It just has been a while since I've read one. Like, I binged all of her other ones like so close together, and then this came out and I just like didn't get around to it immediately, and now it's been a while. Hi, it's the next day. It's Saturday the 28th of October. And I thought I'd give you a quick update because yesterday I started Nothing More to Tell, like I told you. I got 50 pages in, so not a whole lot yet, but I always like just having a start at the next book that I'm reading once I finish the previous one. But I was really pretty tired after finishing Ever After Always, so you know, it's normal for me to only read like 50 pages. I am intrigued by this book so far, but that's it. Today I'm going to be filming 2 videos. I'd like to have one of those edited by the end of the day as well. We're also going out tonight, so I don't know how much work I'll be able to get done and how much reading I'll be able to get done. But like while things are exporting, uploading, like that kind of stuff, I'm gonna try and read. Hi, so it is Sunday right now, the 29th, almost at the end of the month, and I can't believe how fast time is going. I didn't read a single page yesterday, I'm sorry. But again, filming just took way longer than I expected and had some technical difficulties and it wasn't fun. So by the time I was done filming, I was just kind of exhausted from it, and because we started to go out, I didn't really feel like reading. So, you know, preserve my energy. So I didn't read anything yesterday, but I have been reading today. And I'm actually making pretty fast progress with this. I'm on page 164 right now, and I'm hoping to spend my entire evening reading and hopefully finishing this book. Okay, hi, I finished Nothing More to Tell by Karen McManus. I'm giving this a 2-star, which this is the lowest I've given a Karen McManus. Before that, the lowest were 3 stars, and I do think that for the most part while reading this book, it felt like a 3-star. Like, the mystery was interesting, but like not really that engaging, and I feel like there weren't like enough clues to really try and figure it out. Something I did like is though with Karen McManus' book before this, when it's called You Bleeded Death of Me, I felt like the characters were very passive part in solving a mystery, and I do feel like the characters in this one were much more active. I did like the characters, they were fine. They just barely had anything going on besides the mystery, which was a little bit disappointing. I liked the romance for once. I'm typically not a big fan of Karen McManus's romances in her books. I feel like they're very unnecessary and shouldn't be there, but I do think it was a nice addition to this book and they were cute. I also quite like the cast of side characters. I wasn't fully invested in this book as I typically am. I didn't have the same fun time reading this as I typically do with Karen McManus books. I just was kind of meh throughout the entire book. And then just like the reveal at the end I just thought was stupid and isn't even the reveal. Like technically. I won't talk about it too much because that'd be spoilery. But yeah, therefore it like knocked down not a star because it was just a stupid ending. But I did Wall again, so let's watch that. And yeah, I landed on Black Cat, which is the prompt I was hoping to land on because I have one book for it and it's very short, but it's also one I've been meaning to read ever since I got it from the library. It's Camille Need to Stop It. This is the first in her comic series that is written by Donny DeVos and illustrated by René Gintis. I'm so sorry I mispronounced that, but Camille is a Flemish singer who I absolutely adore, which you should know if you've been around on this channel. And yeah, this is a comic series and they're very thin and very expensive, so I'm getting them to the library instead of buying them. So, but I'm very excited to read this and see what it's all about. And yeah, the cat plays a relatively big part in the series. I actually don't know. I don't know when this got announced. It was announced that she and a cat would be characters in it, and even though technically the cat isn't on the cover, he is on the back. And if you like go to the title page, he's also right there with her. Hi, I'm back. Like I said, I finished this in like what? Let me see. I think I finished this in like 10 minutes. It was such a quick read, but I had so much fun reading this. This is a 4-star easily. I at first wasn't gonna rate this, but like this just feels like a guttural 4-star. I already showed you like a bit of the art, but let me show you a bit more because I really like the art. It is just it's really cute and it works with the story as well. It's very vibrant, very colorful, which I feel like fits the Camille brand really well. And it just was such a fun, cute read, and I do think it has some important messages as well because let's be honest, this is mainly targeted towards kids, so it makes sense for there to also be some like good messages in here. And I'm actually very excited to read the second issue, which came out like this month, a couple of weeks ago I believe, but I'm gonna keep reading this through the library. And then for probably my last wall of the readathon, so yeah, I landed on Pumpkin Spice, which means a spicy book. And when it comes to romance, I have way too many options. But I decided to go with A Night Like This by Julia Quinn, which is the second book in the Smite-Smith series. But yeah, I read the first book in the series a couple of months ago and I felt fine about it. I wasn't like too crazy about it. I think I gave it a 3-star. But I am excited to continue on with it. I actually don't know a lot about this one in particular, but it's a historical romance with Julia Quinn and I read her books like relatively quickly, so I am expecting to actually get this finished before the end of the month as well, and this will probably be my last read for the readathon because I highly doubt I can finish anything after this, but who knows. Hi, so it is Halloween. Happy Halloween. It's the 31st of October and I'm here to wrap up the vlog. But yes, Spookoplathon for me is over, so I thought I'd give you a quick wrap up. I didn't end up finishing my book yesterday like I planned to, but I just all of a sudden just like felt really sick. I don't know where that came from, but it's gone now, thank God. But yeah, I felt like extremely under the weather yesterday out of nowhere, so I didn't end up reading that much. I did get to page 200 of my book though, so I did read a little but not too much. But now I have finished A Night Like This by Julia Quinn, which is the second book in the Smite-Smith quartet, and I told you I was gonna read this. Yeah, I ended up giving this 3 stars. I kind of felt fine about it, which I've been having this experience with Julia Quinn books a lot recently. I don't know if it's just me and reading more historicals and like therefore my thoughts on Julia Quinn historicals changing, or with just the books by her that I've been picking up that I've just not been hitting right. But yeah, this was another 3-star. I just feel like the romance was extremely incel-y and underdeveloped, and I didn't properly didn't probably get invested into the romance because there barely was a romance to speak of, it was just there, and all of a sudden they were like, I love you. And I was like, okay, great. You know nothing about each other, but sure. And therefore I don't know, I didn't connect with it. I feel like this book just in general lacked depth in every sense. I quite like the characters. They were pretty one-dimensional, but I feel like they had enough of a personality for me to enjoy reading about them. I really loved Daniel's cousins, like nieces in here. They were adorable and I love them so much. They were a great part of this book. Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't really that bad. It was just like middle of the road 3-star for me, which is kind of a disappointing note to end the readathon on, but like, who cares? And yeah, that's the end of the vlog. So I thought I'd quickly go over the books that I read in this vlog, so you remember. I don't know. So I started off this vlog by reading What Happens in London by Julia Quinn, which ended up giving it 3 stars. Then I read The Villa by Whit Kelly, which I gave 2 stars. Then I read I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, which I also gave 2 stars. Then I read Everyone's for Always by Chloe Lees, which I gave 3 stars. Then I have Nothing More to Tell by Karen McManus, which I gave 2 stars. Niet te Stoppen by René Rientis and Danny de Vos, which I gave 4 stars. And then lastly, we have A Night Like This by Julia Quinn, which I also gave 3 stars. So when it comes to star rating, I might have read a lot, but like when it comes to star ratings, it's very low. I still had a lot of fun doing this readathon. I feel like the first half I didn't read as much and I was kind of like down and thought I wasn't gonna read a whole lot, but like look at how much I've read in the second half. This is a lot, at least in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you participated in Spookoplathon, how you ended up doing, and definitely if you still haven't watched my first part of this Spookoplathon reading books for the first half of the month, that's a link in the description so you can go watch it as well. That's everything I'll leave you with today, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Good. Here I am again, the same old situation. Why does the God thing have to be so complicated?